let me know in the comments down below, should I be making the effort to film Ninja Boy on his Xbox One playing, well, his Xbox One. It was my Xbox One, it kind of become his because he's commandeered it. But then that's what kids do, isn't it? They take your stuff. They're like your wife, they come and take your stuff and you never get it back. People, welcome to another edition of that finger tapping frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard. With me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ. We've had our first Beast Fusions. Now I know for most of us it's just a little stop on the way to that Titan Fusion, so it's a quick case of hello and goodbye. But we've had our first Beast Fusions, came out yesterday evening, and what I'm going to do is show you what I got, so you can see what I got, albeit I'm not going to keep it. And then for all of you guys who tweet me what cards you get, just to show you it is worth doing that, and I do like to see what you get, I've chosen the tweets from people who sent me the images of the other Beast cards, but they were first to do so. So in other words, 8 or 9 of you might have sent me one image, but it's the person who sends it to me first. You're going to get a shout out on here because I'm going to go through I'm going to go through each of the images, show them to you via the tweets that those people sent, and then just have a little bit of a chat about WWE SuperCard. What else? Now, to start off with, what did I get? What did I get? Well, I don't really mind what it was. At this stage, it's a case of, I suppose, firstly getting as many different ones as possible because you want to try and fill up that catalogue. And secondly, it's collecting images, and most of these images I've been quite impressed with. Quite nice, particularly the Harpers and Rowans of this world who've had pretty much the same images. The only thing I don't know is I don't have cards for those two existing because they're not strong enough in my current deck. So I don't know if you can change those Rowan or Harper images onto one of their older cards, which of course have got their full names, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper on. Because we've had that problem before with some of the throwback cards and the vintage cards that have got slightly different names, like the Badass Undertaker and Undertaker himself. You know, just different images. Been difficult trying to get those images transferred over. They have rectified that. With some of them, they've rectified it so that you can carry over an image where someone's gone from 2 names to 1 or 1 to 2. But it doesn't always work. So be interested to hear from you guys who've got Harper or Rowan, whether you can swap those images onto an Eric Rowan or Luke Harper card of old. Now I've got that big mouthful out of the way, let's have a look and see what I got. Well, this is what happened for me. It was, in fact, that man, Harper. You probably guess from what I just said. I did then have a look to see if I could transfer it onto a different card, but I didn't have any other old Harper cards. I've had Luke Harper as a monster card quite a few times, but it's been fed away, that monster, fed away into other cards. So, so I've not been able to try that. But firstly, a shout to Tom Priest, who also got Harper. I just thought it'd be a bit unfair to miss out Tom, bearing in mind that I'd got the card. It's not his fault that I'd got the card as well. So he was the first to send me Harper's image that you can see here. And Mandy Rose came via Monty Montgomery. Mandy Rose there. Then, of course, the next card, who I've already mentioned, Rowan, that came from Alex Mantle. And what I like about the Rowan and Harper images is the fact they're slightly different to the sort of sweaty vested images we've had in the past. Kofi Kingston came from the Lino Gaming, and of course we've got all of the New Day here. There's Kofi Kingston, and then Big E, which was from Jaden Sisson, and of course to make up that triumvirate, Big E and Kofi Kingston, there is Xavier Woods, sent to me by a young lad called Austin Creed. Thank you for that, Austin. That is, of course, the official Xavier Woods account, and nobody sent me Xavier Woods, so I had to dig that one out myself. I had to do some research. Busy researching for this video. Don't often do that. And then finally, Liv Morgan from Paul SuperCard. I'm sure that's not his real surname, unless he changed it by Dpol, but thank you, Paul. And thank you to all of you guys for tweeting me those cards. And as I mentioned, when we get to doing the Monster Fusions, as soon as you've got your Monster Fusion, if you want to tweet it to me, at BadLadDad, and the very first people to send me the first of each image, I will then mention you on the next video that we do dealing with the Monster Fusions. Now then, what have I got to do today? Just a bit of wild mode, really. Powering up some cards, albeit that one of them is going to be pretty futile. If we just stop switching screens, man, making people dizzy. If you have a look at my Road to Glory deck, this is it in all its glory, and I've just got one Monster Pro in the bottom right hand corner of the mail section there, which is Brock Lesnar. Good old Broccoli Legions, keeping up the monster numbers. But he's going to go, for reasons I'll show you shortly. And the female superstars, I still don't have that fourth Titan female. So very much hoping we're going to get an event Titan female just before we change into WrestleMania 34 mode. Which I'm anticipating will be around March the 23rd, March the 24th. And the reason I say that is March the 23rd is the official release date for the upgraded version or special edition, whatever you want to call it, of 2K18, the WWE game that has also got all the bonus content as well as all the downloads that you can get for 2K18 included in that bundle. There is going to be some SuperCard content for WrestleMania 34. There's no point in them releasing that if it's not actually going to be in the game, because you're going to expect people to pick up those codes and try and redeem them in the game straight away. Now, if that official release date is March the 23rd, you would then assume that the release for WrestleMania 34 tier will be roughly around the same sort of time, which makes sense, a couple of weeks ahead of WrestleMania itself. So anyway, hoping for a female Titan event before then, which would then enable me to have a fully strong Road to Glory deck of Titan Pros. Now if we go back into Wild Thing, the cards I'm powering up, Dusty and Seth, are, as you can see, already pro. Just got to play a few more matches on them. Ironically, Broccoli's there, having been pro'd, and need to play a few more matches with him. But the man who's going to replace him is Stinger. I got my second Stinger, obviously from the latest team event, the Ring Dommy Dim Dom we've just had this weekend. So get him pros, and that is going to be a full deck of male pros in my Road to Glory. And, of course, this evening's event, which is a Team Ring Dom. I don't have either of the uses, so that's not going to be... that's a useless use for me. It's not going to be a pro for me. But it's all about, now, it's all about waiting for that new tier. A lot of people... I've noticed quite a few of the SuperCard video makers are making vids about other things and, like, compilation things. And they're just trying to keep you all interested as we're leading up to this WrestleMania 34 tier. I'm not. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do what I do when I can for you. It's all I can do. And I actually don't see the merit in you seeing old images of me going, huh? Like that, because most of the time I'm just going, huh. So I'm not one of these people who gets too excited on camera. You need Ninja Boy for that type of thing. If I did Ninja Boy reactions, I'm sure that'd be much more interesting than me, just sitting there staring at things glumly. We've got coming up this week, obviously, will be a new event. Now, by my timing, as I've said, if it's going to be the last event, if you think about it, today's Monday the 5th of March, so it'll take us up to Monday the 19th of March would be the end of that event. That'll be the second weekend of the event just finished. And that would lead us up nicely to that date of the 23rd of March, wouldn't it? So that's why, again, I'm feeling this could be the final event before we head up into the new tier, which is why, again, I'm thinking, it's got to be a female. Sure, give me a female. Please, give me a female. So, yeah, that we've got to look forward to, but we won't get news on that until, I guess, Wednesday evening-ish. Now then, I hate that. You played your two cards to get your win, and then chance to play the card you really want to power up, which is Stinger, and it gives you a female match. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at that stage. And then the real excitement can begin with a new tier. With a new tier, I would obviously assume that I'm going to be automatically promoted into the new tier with the deck that I've got. But this way I'll be mightily hacked off if that's not the case, but I can't imagine that would be the case. And then everyone will be flooding with interest again to see what cards we're all getting, I'm sure. one thing I am doing, the reason I've got all the lowdown on that version of 2K18 is, when it came to Christmas, Ninja Boy turned down the opportunity to get 2K18 in favour of a Formula 1 game and something else. So we didn't get, this is the first year in several years that we've not had the latest version of the 2Kers, the WWE 2Kers. Which actually is kind of now worked in our favour, because for the princely sum of 40 quid, 40 of Her Majesty's English pounds, you can get the game, plus all of the downloads, including the Seen Enough content and the, well, basically all of the characters that you've been downloading from various updates, all of those add-ons, plus, cryptically, they've said some WrestleMania 34 content for WWE SuperCard. Now, I would assume it's not like last time. If you remember with the Seen Enough, you got 3 stars, didn't you? You got 3 pros. But of course, then we're coming towards the end of a tier at that stage. I cannot, for the life of me, imagine that they're going to unleash 3 pros into the hands of people at the start of a very new, brand shiny new tier. But what I'm anticipating is it could just be a card back, but they've included it in a description that also says 2 Seth Rollins Tops cards, for those of you who've got the Tops game, which we've got a version of, although we were playing it the other day, and the stats are pretty old in that, so we're wondering if they've got an updated game. Those Tops cards will obviously reveal that to us. But also Seth Rollins poster and this SuperCard content. So the very fact it's been bunched in with other Seth Rollins things, and he is, of course, the star, the cover star, I would assume that it's going to be a WrestleMania 34 Seth Rollins card. It could just be a card back, but it could be, hopefully, Seth Rollins card. So basically, I've ordered the game. Ninja Boy's going to play the game. And with all the downloads and all the add-ons and everything, it's about 80 quid's worth of gear for 40 quid. And I'm going to get whatever the SuperCard content is. That seems fair. Don't you think that seems fair? As a dad to his lad. Sort of count it as a late Christmas present or early birthday present, however he wants to count it. So I will get that card, and we'll obviously let you guys see it as soon as I've got it. But as I say, even if it's a card back, well, fine. Ninja Boy's still getting his game. I don't mind. I don't mind that so much. Something like this is more value for money, because you're getting all the bells and whistles. And another question that will crop up, I am sure, is Ninja Boy's been playing 2K17 all over this weekend. And we never really did any videos on 2K17. Now, it's a bit late in the day to be looking at 2K18, but he will definitely do career mode as soon as he gets it, as well as getting stuck into the major content and doing his own thing. Do you want to see Ninja Boy playing 2K18? That is the question I'm asking you now. Well, he's not here, so don't embarrass him. So feel free to comment down below if you want to see Ninja Boy doing it, or do you think it's just too late in the day? Because the new one won't be out for several months, will it? And he is going to have all of this add-on content too. He's become a bit of a closet Elias fan. He quite likes Elias, so of course Elias is part of the NXT troupe that have been added to the game. So let me know in the comments down below, should I be making the effort to film Ninja Boy on his Xbox One playing, well, his Xbox One. It was my Xbox One, it kind of become his because he's commandeered it. But then that's what kids do, isn't it? They take your stuff. They're like your wife, they come and take your stuff and you never get it back. That's what happens when you're a dad. That's dad's role in life, is to donate his stuff to everybody. As long as everyone leaves your beer collection alone, you're fine in life. That's cool. That's cool. So people, when we get to the Monster Fusions, you know what you've got to do? Tweet me at BadLadDad, at BadLadDad, with your images, and I'll give you a shout out, your Twitter account a shout out on the video that reveals what I got for mine. Yeah, is there anything you want to see from me? I mentioned I've seen other YouTubers doing sort of compilations and things. Is there anything you want to see slightly different from me here? Bear in mind I've got a full-time job to hold down. and family to look after and everything, so I can't go too mad. But if there's something in particular you wanted to see that of a theme that I could put together, give me a suggestion down below. I'm happy to try and put something together for you. But in the meantime, what have you got to do? If you like this video, please bung me a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There's all the social media. There's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at BadLadDad. We can send your images, and that's where all the banter is as well. And until I see you next time, you stay cool.